and boy, do we have one. We'll introduce you to the players. There's Tyson McGuffin. He's going to watch for a second. Let's play pickleball.
Point.
And Anna Bright, after being on the wrong side of just an insane number of net cords in her women's doubles match, gets one in her favor to start this mixed match. That's James Ignatowich, her partner, and to use your term, special friend off the court.
That is correct, and that is James' game right there, Dave. And that's actually a big factor for me in this match. James Ignatowich is going to be a wild man. How much offense, how much pressure can his counterpart Tyson McGuffin bring to the table?
Point.
Just deep on the return, Meghan Dizon from Utah.
1-2-1.
With her new Proton paddle. Serving that in. Boy, that just caught the baseline.
Second serve.
Two, I mean, the pickleball gods are like, yeah, we messed with you yesterday, but we're going to help you out here.
It doesn't seem like it always evens out in the long run, but I promise you it does.
No. And I even talked to her about an hour ago about that very situation, and here we go, seeing it switch around. And that's a beautiful pull of the trigger from James Ignatowich.
Yes, and he has, it's just the absolute perfect spot because Meghan Dizon is going to be shading to her right to look for that two-handed backhand, so he found the window nicely up the middle.
2-1-1. Point.
6'3" and insane wingspan. That helps to be a pterodactyl, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and that is another difference that Tyson McGuffin is going to have to overcome. He does not have the wingspan of James Ignatowich.
Point.
And I would probably say the least name recognition on court is Meghan Dizon, and we have double Dizon today.
Yes, we do. Extra spicy. That's what Tyson is going to have to do today.
Yeah, and he must have heard me talking about that limited wingspan, and he brings several quality forehands in that previous point and seals the deal on the last.
4-1-2.
Winner of this will get the top seed, Anna Leigh Waters and Ben Johns, tomorrow in the final.
And no unwinding the stack on that previous point either, something to monitor moving forward.
Oh boy,
that
heads up in the crowd.
Like, almost how do you do that, Dave? That ball was rising the entire time.
Like, he doesn't. The paddle face gets open at contact there.
Anna Bright's reaction is amazing.
So it's going to be interesting to see the next time he's going to get another chance like that. Is it in his head or not? That is really good from Anna Bright.
And this is wild to say. Bright and Ignatowich playing Jack Sock last night, but I think that there is going to be more offense available for Anna Bright going at Tyson McGuffin. It's Jack Sock's second tournament, but Tyson McGuffin needing to be a presence with the forehand. Maybe she can find some offense on the backside.
Certainly did there.
Point.
Anna Bright knew it was out, but just couldn't get everything out of the way. You hate when you then leave that paddle just sort of hanging back there like a tail, and you're like, oh man, it tagged it.
Yeah, it was a great backhand from Tyson as well. Extra pace on that probably created Anna Bright not being able to pull the paddle back, but unfortunately a missed serve on the next point.
Second serve.
Really nice nice trickery from Meghan Dizon there.
Yeah, it was a great setup. The set it up, clean it up. That's the blueprint in mixed doubles. And Tyson McGuffin, several quality forehands in the middle early on.
So we'll see what happens here. Are they going to try and switch? They do not. Wow, another sitter that way too much on that from Ignatowich.
And the thing is, when you have as much paddle head speed as him, even a slight issue with your technique, that ball's going to fly.
Souvenir Saturday with Ignatowich swinging away.
Point.
And this is where this team gets special, as Meghan Dizon has offense everywhere.
She really does, and a nice spot too. I like her going at the right hip of James, trying to avoid his two-handed backhand counter.
Second serve.
Ferrari forehand needs to get some repairs after that swing.
Yeah, but I like it. He's got to
4-2.
continue to fire away on those third shot drives when they decide to return to him.
Point.
Fast pace here. Big start for
5-4-2.
Bright and Ignatowich, and then look where we're at. McGuffin and Dizon up one. Oohs and ahs, and deservedly so from the crowd. An unbelievable track down of a perfect lob. And then Anna Bright and Tyson with some great digs there.
Yeah, a little bit of everything in that point. And I mean, I was kind of holding my breath on the lob, but corner pocket perfectly from Dizon. We'll see if she continues to use that. I would imagine her counterpart Anna Bright's going to try a couple as well in this match.
Second serve.
That's one where you try to drag your body to the right and then leave the paddle out there, and what can happen is exactly what he did there.
4-5-2.
Left it wide.
Side out.
Megan's like, stack, we don't need to stack. I got the big tui over here.
Yeah, and we talked about the raw power of Pat Smith yesterday. Meghan Dizon,
5-4-1.
some of the best raw power in the women's game, uses her long frame to get a lot of leverage.
Second serve. Five, 4-2.
Wow, Meghan.
Side out.
Amazing to get them to the line, and then blew a gasket on the next shot choice.
Yeah, probably not the best shot selection there, but she would not have made those digs 1 year ago.
Oh, no
so
chance.
incredible defense from her. Much more well-rounded player these days.
Second serve.
And Bright saw a sliver of opening.
Yeah, and unfortunately, McGuffin being over there to the left, he was guaranteed a forehand, and of course, that is his preferred wing.
Point.
Uh,
That time, even though she handled the serve, just nowhere near the kitchen.
Well, I mean, we've seen several players' new service rules be an issue, not for James Ignatowich. He is pounding that
5-5-2.
thing as if the rules had not even changed.
And that's the same play Anna Bright tried on the other half of the court. But this serve is a problem because they are not going to switch again
6,
here.
5-2.
I mean, when do you see a receiving team have a player
Timeout
back?
receivers.
In the
7-5-2.
semifinals.
Yes, let's go. Okay, so timeout called from McGuffin and Dizon.
Time in.
And this Ignatowich serve
7-5-2.
is the factor. And let's see if they can keep this run going. Another swing
Side
on
out.
a high ball, so now it's in your head.
Yeah,
That's 3.
Yeah, it started physical, it becomes mental, and great ATP defense from Tyson McGuffin.
kidding.
Just an absolute stud in the midcourt with his defensive chops.
So good. Now yet another net court
5, 7,
in
and
Anna
1.
Bright's favor there. Just didn't end up getting the bunny put away from James.
Point.
And barking is critical to this man.
Well, he didn't go with the tank top, so he's got to
That's
bark.
right.
So he's not letting the tats do the work.
Point.
And now it's the McGuffin serve, and the bobblehead's going too, and that's big for McGuffin.
The original
7,
big server
1.
in pickleball,
Yes.
Tyson McGuffin. He's got something to say about that James serve.
Wow, almost
Second
got
serve.
back there. Nice stab from Anna Bright.
Yeah, great hands from Anna, but still love
7,
that from
7,
Tyson
2.
McGuffin. Really imposing his will early.
Point.
McGuffin sitting on that speed up back side.
Yes, and great power on the backhand. I love to talk about that because when I was playing Tyson 2 or 3 years ago, the backhand
Meghan,
power
sorry.
was a bit of an issue. No longer, Dave. He has really stepped it
8,
up on that
7,
side of the
2.
ball.
Yeah, that would usually be reset back in the day.
Side out.
So they do jump back in front. So both sides have had a couple of
7,
small
8,
leads.
1.
The good news for McGuffin and Dizon, they're on an even, so they won't have to even consider unwinding a stack here.
Point.
And McGuffin still tried to protect Dizon from coming forward and paid the price.
Yeah, and that was not Dizon not
8,
being there.
8,
She chose to
1.
let that ball go. It drops right in the corner. Great spin from James Ignatowich.
Cheers.
Point.
Yeah, I think James is one of the rare extreme alpha mixed players that you
9,
can't
8,
catch
1.
on the
I know.
backhand side. You just can't get him. It's unbelievable that he can be a presence and get back to his backside like this.
Second serve.
And if you throw it on the ground, he's got that nasty two-handed roll over there too.
Right, it's a tough spot. It really squeezes you, really forces you to
9, 8,
overthink
2.
your decisions out there.
And Dizon wins the swings of the two-handed backhand. What do you know, Adam? Teeter-totter goes the other way, and now it is Ignatowich and Bright up 1 here in game number 1. Again, best 2 out of
8,
3,
9, 1.
semifinal number 2.
Point.
Did you mention something about her power?
I did, and it's high end, as you can see there. Not easy to jam up James. He thought she was going to pull it a little more cross court. She went into the body, and that was the right decision for Meghan
9,
Dizon.
9, 1. I'll recall the score. 9, 9, 1.
Cheers.
Second serve.
Here we go.
Perfect spot from Anna Bright. Right up the middle. Tyson holding line. Dizon a little
9,
late getting
9,
over to the
2.
middle with the two-handed backhand.
Oh my goodness, Meghan Dizon, stop it.
Well, I was ready to question her decision right here on the mic after I see her pulling the trigger, and she just drops it inside. Whoop. That is high-end deceivery. Is that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
let's go
is
with
now.
it.
We're
Let's go
using
with
it. Where deceivery gets us to game point. And I was wondering, did he let off just a little on that last attack? But Okay, back the other way. 9-10 on the other side.
9-10-1.
1 game point saved.
Second serve.
Pulled wide. That's a big opportunity lost.
Especially when your opponents are lined up single file.
Yeah. Little
9-10-2.
communication error, but worked out.
Side
Wide.
out.
Yeah, I think it's going wide. Maybe that's one of the rare instances where a wingspan hurts you.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been anywhere near that.
Point.
All right, try number 2. First tourney in the semis and have a game point in the semis here for Dizon and McGuffin.
Incredible play to not allow
Game point.
Ignatowich and Bright to get 1
10-9-1.
point and tie it up.
And
Game.
that was the
11-9.
story of game number 1.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Yeah, don't hit me, I'ma fall like face it. None of y'all can stop me, say it with me like face it. Shut it down, you know I'm the one, just face it. None of y'all can stop me, say it with me like face it. Face it. Face it.
I think it's going to be great to mix it up. I think we're going to have different people so you don't always get the same people. But, you know, that's kind of some of the excitement of not knowing exactly. But we will start promoting, I think, for the next one coming up, Desert Ridge. You're going to start seeing some promotions coming out for those players that'll be teaching.
And in terms of programming, what are you looking for in terms of specifics? What techniques are you working on? Are you going to teach the Ben John style, or is it the Johnny Pickleball style?
Oh, this is going to be a great culmination of all the different styles and all the great little things. I call the curriculum like a Frankenstein of pickleball through the years, because it's all these great things that all the players that have been teaching pickleball for a very long time, we've been able to grab these little snippets throughout, you know, this long time that I've been doing this and kind of put it together into one progressive flow curriculum that really kind of everything builds on the next.
And looking out here at the Masters, there's so many junior players playing right now. Are we going to have junior clinics as well, or are they hopping in those camps?
Absolutely. We have a whole PPA junior tour now, let alone, you know, just the clinics as well. So they're doing all of that with the, I think they already started here. They had the PPA tour junior clinic. I said yesterday while we were on Grandstand that, you know, how amazing it was to have the pros playing right next to the juniors playing. I mean, we're getting there. This is great.
I've been to clinics myself. I've taught a ton of them. A lot of the complaints usually are, I didn't find my right level. I need to be in the right court. What levels are you offering and how are they separated?
Yeah, absolutely. We have 2 separate camps going on at the same time at these tournaments, utilizing all these courts at the tournament venue, which is a completely different, you know, atmosphere, vibe to be here. This is incredible, right? So we have 2-5-3-0 and we have a 3-5-4-0. So kind of hitting that big 90-some percentile of all players to be able, we can put you in somewhere, right?
And pickleball continues to be the fastest growing sport here. Why is it so crucial that you guys said, hey, we've got to add these in. We have to make sure we're developing the game properly.
Yeah, I think it's incredibly important to let the players, you know, have an opportunity to spend time with the pros that are traveling the country, and vice versa. All these people will need to enhance, you know, have an opportunity to enhance their, not only just their own pickleball journey, but to have an opportunity to enhance their tournament experience.
And what about this pro challenge? I keep hearing something about that. Can you give us some clues there?
Yeah, absolutely. So we already did it here. I actually participated. It turned into like some old school Johnny Pickleball show almost. You know, it was pretty cool. We had different pros, not just myself, but it could be I don't know, a few others. Depends. This one sold out. And so what it is, Jake Weinbach and a couple other PPA staff members have put on this where the members or players or spectators or recreational players will challenge the pros. And all these skills and games and all these great things for about an hour and a half, couple hours. And yeah, you get different pros taking on different players and all over the facility. It's fantastic.
And for the people watching, where do they sign up? How soon should they sign up? And looking at the schedule ahead, which ones are you most looking forward to?
Oh, I'm looking forward to all of them. We're going to be at every single stop, and honestly, don't wait. So what we're doing is we're also not creating this massive, one of the most important things that I've decided, we wanted to make sure that we're not having 100 and some odd people at these camps. We want to make sure that your time is valued and that you're getting all the bang for your buck and all the attention that you need for your specific level and game. And so we kept the numbers down, which means don't wait. Get in, because they're going to fill up. They're going to fill up very quickly. And so you can register at pbbrackets.com under, where you find when you're going to register for a tournament. And don't worry, if you can't find it there, look at the next one at the Desert Ridge for PPA Tour. And that one is, you can find them all on Tixer, just like you're buying tickets. And so you're going to find those there as well, which is great. So making it super accessible for you to register. But again, don't wait.
Well, thank you so much, Johnny Pickleball himself, giving us the rundown of these incredible clinics that are going to be camps that are going to be happening before these tournaments. So thank you again so much for your time. This is a huge thing just for our sport in general. So make sure you guys sign up and do not wait. We're going to get back inside here to Game 2 with the mixed doubles.
Got to swing the paddle a little bit. Great start to Game 2. Appreciate everything Johnny Pickleball's doing, too. Everybody loves playing, and they want to get better. There's a good way to do it. So back here into Game 2, and after the way Game 1 ended, getting off to a good start is important for Bright and Ignatowich, and you saw they didn't unwind the stack there, Adam.
Yeah, so we had a couple pretty quality points during Johnny Pickleball talking, and the Bright lob and the unwinding of the stack is continuing to be an interesting factor in this match. And how about Johnny Pickleball, the progressive flow curriculum? Oh, my.
I know.
Oh, my.
How about that?
I've never heard about that before. I'm going to have to check it out.
You and I better get one of those spots quickly.
Point.
I mean, that might be the first ball Meghan Dizon has missed in this match.
She's playing incredible. I mean,
2,
really,
2, 1.
all of it, too. It's not just offense or defense. It is both.
And you know what? She ain't scared. She's firing right at Big Papa.
Exactly right. Caught him once or twice on the backside and several times on the right side of his body through the middle. Very impressive.
Point.
And Anna Bright's like, yeah, you need to mention that I ain't scared either.
Yes, and she just unleashes on a two-hander, gets a pop-up, and finishes. Sure, if Tyson just didn't see it cleanly or was just off with his court positioning.
Point.
Nice little roll, teardrop, patented Anna Bright with the aforementioned screams. So the screams are coming from both sides of the court.
And when you have Anna Bright dropping like that, and Ignatowich is present, squeezing, even for an incredible soft game player like Tyson McGuffin, that's a lot of pressure.
That is like every bad place in a haunted house right there with that coming at you. So, opportunities.
5, 2, 2.
But looking good, but can they rally, or are we going to play 3? With an unbelievable backhand flick after some great digs from Dizon.
Yeah, a couple more from Dizon, and even Ignatowich even fooled me on that one. I thought he was going to jerk that cross quarter to the middle. He pushes it line. Great decision from him.
And he can still get so much on that as a late.
Side out.
Anna Bright's having a long chat with Anna Bright about the second one. The first one be aggressive,
2, 6,
fine.
1. Second serve.
Yeah, if that drive's not low, Tyson. You mentioned the number of tattoos. We can't
2,
see
6,
them,
2.
but there's a new one. There's a new one. coming right across your body. That is a tough shot to deal with.
Yes, the way she was loaded up with that forehand, the exact shot that Anna Bright hit. I know Tyson tried to call her off, but so tough for Meghan to get out of that situation.
Second
You go
serve.
tuck that shoulder in, Tyson.
Yeah.
Nice job.
He's like, I know I called you to get out of the way. This is just, if you need a see and say, this is how it's done. Coming from a different place, I realize, but that's a great little matrix there for McGuffin.
Hey, there she goes. She absolutely listened to that time, and really it was the situation. That's a much easier leave than the previous one, even with the pace of James Ignatowich.
New partnership, so how do we deal with that ball?
Yeah.
Never done it before.
Right, and Tyson was frozen on the initial one from Anna Bright. That time he had a great read, so we got to get a little chatty, and they're talking about it back at the baseline before Tyson serves.
Side out.
Calls the ball out before it landed.
Yeah, and a nice short stroke from Anna Bright. It has to be shorter when Tyson is moving into the court like that.
Second serve.
It's just high quality.
Yeah, it's not easy to end a point around here,
No,
Dave.
it is not.
We've been at 6-2 for a while.
6-2-2. Point.
Again, the middle with Meghan Dizon shading to her right, and Tyson, who loves the forehand return. That middle is open, and James has found it a couple times.
Yeah, long way to go.
Point.
There's the seat from Ignatowich, and they are rolling. And again, when James has the ball in his hand, I mean, that is their chance to put chunks together. And that one he swung freely on, so I'm sure Anna Bright's like, okay, good. We've maybe solved that little problem.
Oh, those are my favorite. I promise you that.
Oh, we got the footfall called. Mary Namey and Mark Thomas, and Mark doesn't cheat you on the call.
Game point.
He actually was kind enough to ref our broadcaster championships yesterday, and we loved having him do that. And even game point, it's betrayed.
Yeah, and he even had a couple no Don Stanleys in there as well. So he's doing his thing.
Yes, sir.
Dave, James does that to other people. Meghan says, I got quite the two-hander. And I talked about that leverage. She is a tall player, and she whips through the ball incredibly well.
Smoked.
Second
serve. Full shake and bake mode here. Whether it's partner inclusion or not, doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can shake and bake with your partner. You can go solo, too.
Yeah, sure. If you need brownies, go get them yourself. Oh, Tyson knows.
Yeah, but we saw the same thing happen earlier with James squeezing the middle. Tyson says, I can play an aggressive court positioning as well.
They got two. Can they add to it? Wow.
Side out.
Another pinpoint dime of a lob from Dizon.
Like, I just keep expecting them to carry long throughout this tournament, and they are dropping in at such a high clip. 2023 really is the year of the lob, Dave.
And 2024 is as well, Adam.
Oh, thank you. I get till the end of January to mess that up, okay?
Deal.
Game point.
All right, here we go.
10,
Game
4,
point
2.
again for Ignatowich and Bright. Beautiful from Anna Bright, and a little yell and a stare. Why not? We go with Anna Bright to serve. We will switch ends at 6.
And that's the difference between topspin and not topspin. And I know that was a tough situation off the tape, but she wasn't able to stroke that ball, and it goes 1 foot long.
So nice. And that's how precise. And folks, we're going to bring this tour all over the country. Come see these players on center court to see the margins that these dinks are going over the net. It's startling how little room there is.
Side out. Zero, zero, one. Point.
And you can see she's only a couple feet off the kitchen line, but her contact point is probably 6 inches off of the ground. Great drive.
Oh, so bad.
Second serve.
That happens to everybody with the two-handed backhand roll, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can't disagree with him. James exclaiming, so bad. And that's part of the deal, though. You get a lot of benefit from that that incredible two-handed backhand shot, but you will leave one high occasionally. That's what we saw there.
2.
And it's usually your partner that pays the price.
Yes.
Point.
Well, that's nice. So that's 2 just off the third drives. That was a two-handed backhand. About 70%, though.
And it's important to take that pace off when your opponents are off the kitchen line, because it will be on their shoe tops.
What a response from Anna Bright after her perfect lob again.
Yes, and I've loved the initial attack from Tyson McGuffin, but he went to the same spot again, and Anna Bright was ready.
We also saw kind of an average put away from James Ignatowich, so we'll keep an eye on that as this continues.
Yeah, and to touch on what you said, Dave, he's not hitting through the court any longer. He wants to be safe, so he's hitting it shorter. Ball does not compress, can't bounce it anywhere. Less of an issue for your opponents when you're hitting those overhead short into the court. That one worked out because Dizon was more into the court, but still a similar stroke from Ignatowich.
Yeah, a little flat-footed right at her there. That was after trying to reconcile. She hit an out ball, too. Wow. Out or winner after an unbelievable get by Ignatowich there.
Yeah, one of the best combinations in pickleball is that two-hander up the line and then the cross-court angle right after from Ignatowich.
3-0-1.
Man, everybody is cooking here, especially these two. Wow. That looked like it caught from where I sit.
Yes, I agree with you. And he had a very small sliver of court to work with, and he found it.
Referee timeout. After
to review. The end ruling stands. A challenge is lost, a timeout is lost. 1 timeout remaining, 2 timeouts remaining. We'll resume play at 4:01.
So the call stands as in. We'll just leave it at that. And again, just 2 points away from
4:01.
switching with a massive lead.
Second serve.
She got what she wanted.
She certainly did, and that was the right spot as well. She's gone back behind him a couple times, but you could see from McGuffin's reaction, he was a little confused
4:02.
by the deception of Anna Bright, just couldn't keep it inside the baseline.
Side out.
Okay, so sometimes that video replay just serves as a nice timeout, so no harm done
0-4-1.
after the call was confirmed in. So they got to go now. Boy,
Point.
just get it. So there's free. Here, have one.
I like gifts. I like
1-4-1.
presents.
We all do. I mean, even in January, I know we were very nice around the tree in December.
Here.
What a finish to a tremendous pickleball rally. It's Meghan Dizon.
And she has James on the string as he took a hard jab step to his left, and the ball was not there.
No, it was not. I mean, that was a
2-4-1.
ground ball up the middle, and no one was near it. Beautiful, beautiful shot from Dizon. Wow, look at that step.
Yeah, that's
Second
really
serve.
tough, as Tyson was in an awesome position, and James did not hit it as clean as he wanted
Referee
to, but it
timeout.
drops in.
Every sport has its icon. In pickleball, it's Catherine Parenteau. She's scripting a legacy, continuously making history. Catherine's choice? Her signature power air paddle, embodying perfection, innovation, and unrivaled passion. For the relentless in spirit and those chasing greatness. This isn't just a paddle, it's a bond. Inspired by an icon, crafted by Selkirk. We are Pickleball.
And
2-4-2.
here we go. We have Tyson McGuffin serving to James Ignatowich again in game number 3. That'll sail along from the paddle of Meghan Dizon from Utah. First big-time tournament for
4-2-1.
McGuffin and Dizon. So trying to find that chemistry throughout this event.
Yeah, for some of you viewers at home, I think this is a great example of the soft shots in pickleball. These players aren't just hitting them not to miss, they're hitting them to set up the offense that they're really looking for. Such a huge part of the game.
Point.
Well, Meghan Dizon tried to catch James with his hand in the cookie jar in the middle, but pushes it deep. So the way this works is one of the teams gets to 6. We switch ends in game number 3. They're on the precipice of that. Oh, and
Timeout.
mention the new
Change
partnership.
hands. 6-2-2.
Sometimes, if you have one in your pocket, you
6-2-2.
can ask for a replay. All right, James Ignatowich, the Vanderbilt Commodore tennis player, serves it in there.
No.
letting balls go is a big skill in this game, isn't it?
Probably the most underrated one, especially with some of the power these players are getting these days. Often they're going to sail along so hard to get out of the way, but if you have a sharp eye, it is a great advantage in this sport.
What a get from McGuffin. And Meghan Dizon pays off a ridiculous show of defense from McGuffin.
I think there's only a handful of ladies that are going to be able to handcuff James Ignatowich after his initial speed up, and apparently Meghan Dizon is one of them, Dave.
So good. And a brilliant display of offense from Dizon and McGuffin.
I am just loving what both of these ladies are doing and the frequencies of the lobs. They're going to it just enough, but not too much, so they're not allowing their opponents to anticipate. It's been such a big...
Ignatowich left the ball up in the air, and that was trouble.
Yeah, nice punch from Tyson, and then a full extension forehand on the next ball.
4-7-1.
Ignatowich sails it long.
Unbelievable get there, because he was beat on the lob and still was able to get a paddle on it.
I mean, he was stumbling before contact to stay balanced and be able to put a good strike on the ball. So good from Tyson McGuffin.
And then, of course, the customary McGuffin bark at the crowd. The lead is but 2. That dude's way too tall for that particular lob.
Yeah, lob with the wrong person for sure there for Meghan Dizon, and I think she's talking to herself to let her know.
Yeah.
But man, the level high, Dave.
So good.
So high.
Yeah, find a guy our height, 5'8", get him right over top of us, no big deal. 6'3" with the ability to jump, not the choice. And that is a great trigger pull by Ignatowich right there, but under control.
That's right. And he just holds it to the last second and flips it through the middle. Great deception, and you said it, probably 80%.
They have scored a bunch of points on the Ignatowich serve. Let's see if they can do that here.
Second serve.
McGuffin is having an ongoing conversation with the crowd right now.
Oh, he gets as energized as any player out here by the fans and his team. He needs that support, and it really propels him forward.
And a bright with a sensational 8. TP around the post.
It got outside of the ball as well. It has top spin, it has side spin. Just the perfect stroke from Anna Bright.
8-5-2.
And all Tyson could do is look down at his tootsies and say, yeah. And you warned them, don't go to the log too many times, especially when you're not on balance. That's just asking for trouble.
Yeah, frequency is so important. Even if it's working, you got to be careful to not go over that threshold. These players are so smart and they anticipate so well.
So they got one. What court coverage from Ignatowich there. Winner of this one will get the top seed tomorrow in the championship Sunday final. Look at Ignatowich come flying over there and stay out of the kitchen.
5-8-2. Side out.
Quick hold.
Yeah, just sustained pressure from James Ignatowich. Really nice half volley from the midcourt from Dizon on the first one. Second one from James, too much.
8-5-1.
Oh, and it happens to all of us. You're ready to clobber a ball, and it's not that far from where you thought. Lefty. So here we go. 2 points from having their name be in that other green box. Oh, and Tyson McGuffin overextended on the Ernie attempt when you jump the corner of the kitchen, and we are at match point.
10-5-1.
And that will do it. Ignatowich and Bright fight.
There we go. Anna, starting with you, game one didn't go as planned. You guys lost 9-11 there. What adjustments did you make to clean up the games 2 and 3 and take the win?
I felt like they played great. They're a new team. Tons of firepower there. I thought Meg played really, really well. I really want to shout her out. I felt like that's the most uncomfortable I felt dinking with her, and her attacks were so good. She was catching James, which is some really high-quality stuff. And so second game, I wanted to be a little more aggressive with what I was doing. I started throwing in a few lobs, and mainly just I felt like we needed to kind of raise our energy because the first game was tight. It went back and forth, but no team went on a big run. So just wanted to kind of raise that energy, try to get fiery. That's when I play my best. And, yeah, thankfully it worked, and we were able to get game 2.
James, we talked to Johnny Pickleball last interview. He said he saw you in the locker room, said you might be a little tired. Is this more of a relief feeling after that one? Are you tired? How are you feeling?
I wasn't tired. I just didn't feel like talking to him.
Love it. Short answer. Good. Anna Bright, you sat here and said, I'm going to sit closer to you guys. I kind of carried the team. Can you expand on that a little bit?
I'll expand on it. She
James,
definitely did.
yeah.
I think
It'd be cocky if I said it on air.
I didn't play well. I think this format lends itself to some slow starts sometimes because you don't have that first round and second round as like a sort of warm-up. You play a great team right away. And I think I didn't start off good, and I actually got a little rattled because I missed an overhead by like 20 feet, and I just like I don't think I've ever done that in pickleball. And then like I missed another one. It was just, for whatever reason, I kind of just got rattled by missing those overheads. And I think the only game that I played well in was game 3. I think in game 3 I played like how I would normally play.
Very well, yeah.
So note to future teams that play us, if you want to rattle James, give him overheads. I'm fine with that.
Well, like you said, he played the best in game 3 there, but how important is it just as a partnership and team in general that you still win when you're not at your best?
Oh, I think it's a major key, to any great champion in any sport, like Brad Gilbert's book, Winning Ugly. Like, you have to be able to win when you're not your best. It's very rare that everything goes your way. You play your best every point of the match, So I think it's a huge testament just to, I'm glad we got through that. It's a pretty gritty win. And the scoreline in games 2 and 3 felt closer than 4 and 5 as well. It was awesome.
Annalie Waters, Ben Johns in tomorrow's championship Sunday. Talk a little bit about that matchup, what you're looking forward to there.
I think we'll try to do what we did last time. I mean, we won the last time we played them. I think obviously that was a little different. It was 2 out of 3. It was their first match of the tournament. Now they're warm, so it'll be tough. I think we're going to be versatile, just like Ben says, on the topic of not always winning when you're at your best. Ben has said that the best strategy is versatility, to be able to adapt to what other people are doing. So we'll see. I mean, I think if we play our game and I make overheads, we can give them a good one.
Well, we're really looking forward to that matchup. Like you said, you guys took it to them last year, at the very end there. So having a lot of momentum going up against them tomorrow. Congratulations, James Ignatowich, Anna Bright. We have a thrilling. We're going to switch it over to men's doubles there. We have the Johns brothers, Ben and Kala Johns, going up against Federico Staksrud and Pablo Tellez. Don't go anywhere.
Well, we're thrilled you're here, and I know a lot of you back in the eastern part of this country are hunkering down because Mother Nature is not being your friend. Well, she is being very nice to us. 64 degrees here. Beautiful here in the desert out in California here at the Hyundai Masters, powered by Invited, and we've got the #1 team in the world, Colin and Ben Johns, playing against Federico Staksrud and Pablo Tellez. What do you expect to see, Adam?
Well, I expect this match to be pretty grindy, and what I mean by that, both teams get to the kitchen at a very high clip, and they are consistent dinkers, and they don't leave a lot of pop-ups or mistakes, so some longer points and some more structured strategic play.
Good look at the #1 player in the world right there. That's Ben Johns. And that is his older brother, Colin Johns. Ben is, without question, the best player in the world, and he loves playing with his brother. They are the standard bearer.
0-0-2.
Here we go. Let's play pickleball.
Side out.
And that sails well deep. Pablo Tellez will put the serve in for his squad, the lefty
0-0-1.
from Colombia. Oh, and a just silky smooth backhand ATP. Welcome to the semifinals, Pablo.
Yes, and we always talk about the Johns never being in a hurry and being smooth. Mr. Pablo Tellez, a pretty calm customer himself.
Really nice. And Federico Staksrud's like, hey, I got a highlight ready as well. So the man from Argentina puts it right down the middle. No center fielder.
2-0-1.
2-zip right out the gate. Make that 3-0. All winners. Wow.
Yeah, 2 center field, 1 ATP. Can't ask for a better start.
Speaking of start, 1 year ago today on this very court is when these two, Staksrud and Tellez, started their partnership. And they have risen to the 5th best team in the world that quickly. Really impressed.
Side out.
I like it from Pablo Tellez, being aggressive, just quality hands from Ben Johns, and that will not be the first time I say that today.
No, the one stat that Tellez and Staksrud do not want me to share, but I'm gonna, is they've lost all 6 times they've played the Johns brothers.
Point.
They've been oh so close. There was a match in Cincinnati where they won an electric 15-13 game, number 1, and then just couldn't finish. Lost 12-10 in the 3rd.
Yeah, and a couple interesting notes on this match is Ben has said publicly he does not like playing lefties.
Yes.
And he has Pablo Tellez right in front of him, and I'll say the other right after this point.
Point.
And a tattoo that Fed didn't plan on having. No parlor nearby.
And 2 quick attacks from Colin Johns, who plays a very nice beta supporting role, but 2 nice forehand speed ups early.
So we got winners being hit all over this court today. And Ben Johns says, that's why I'm the #1 player in the world. Welcome.
It didn't take me long to talk about his hands for the 2nd time, did it?
Beautiful exchange there. Love the kitchen sink cam right there.
Yeah, and that 2nd point I was going to make, Dave.
Yes.
Federico Staksrud, great student of the game. He is all in on pickle, and he has modeled his game after Ben Johns in so many ways.
Yeah, a lot of mannerisms will look like a mirror.
Go.
Boy, center field is open again, so Tejas has definitely found something. And Staxford's had quite a day himself in the men's singles semifinal. He had a very impressive win over the tennis star Jack Sock, so he already has one ticket punch to Championship Sunday tomorrow.
5-3-1.
Playing at the height of his powers.
Second serve.
Oh, it was very there, Dave.
Because Ben's sick of me saying center field.
Yeah, so I really like the adjustment to go line there from Tejas. He had a window, just couldn't quite squeeze it in.
Wow, and that somehow stays in as well. There was a paddle clank and just enough spin from that chaos. And
6-3-2.
We often see a lot of side outs. You only score when you are serving. This is rapid pace on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I told you it was going to be a real grindy match.
Yeah, well, we have plenty of time to get there, and if the Johns have their druthers, that's where we will get. Just too much offense and great communication. Couple of forehands in the middle. They were talking.
Yeah, and you have to. When you have both forehands, it is more. It's a great advantage, but it's also an issue at times.
And Staxford has a second tattoo.
Yeah, and that's not a high forehand for Ben. That's a high backhand with that much pace. So much harder to create on that side, but Ben does it with ease.
Side out.
So little run there. The lead is 2. Again, best 2 out of 3 to 11. This is the first men's doubles semifinal. We play the championship tomorrow. Tejas, bunch of balls bouncing off the tape there, but he loves being in front of Ben over there.
And he has some incredible spin on that one-handed backhand. That ball is getting down low to the feet of the Johns brothers very quickly.
Just came up short, and I think to pay off that note you made about the student of the game, when there's a cross-court dink battle, watch how similar Staxford is to Ben Johns.
Left foot, right, left foot, left foot.
All right, so you can't lose the point twice, fortunately, for Pablo Tejas there, but Howard Hepworth all over it. Don Stanley and Michael Kukas are on the call there. Pablo goes over and has a good-natured laugh with Don Stanley, and just a little bit of the left foot there. So, hot start here, and the #1 seed down 3 here in game number 1. Here's a good look at the GOAT of our sport, Ben Johns, over 100 PPA titles. Adam, if you take his wins in just singles, mixed, or men's doubles, those alone are more than anyone else has combined. 20 triple crowns when he's won all three. And of course, that makes him #1 in all three divisions. It's not just the physical, though, is it?
No, it certainly isn't. He is absolutely mentally locked in. I've talked about their analytical approach, the Johns brothers. They like the long-term math. They play the percentages. They do not let the short-term rattle them.
Time in.
Yeah, and even though they're down 3 here, you can see they do not look stressed at all. They've been here before. Oh, Ben's there, but just pushes it wide. And again, great communication. Staxrud said, I'm on this, and he had a plan, and it worked.
That's a great drop volley, well disguised. He is not going to do that too frequently either.
Oh, my third tattoo. This guy's going to turn into Tyson McGuffin.
Well, Fed's playing great, but he's getting hit a lot also.
He just needs a quick second.
Yeah, that's possibly a sun don't shine situation there. He's chuckling, so we're good. We're good. Just need a second.
We understand. We understand, Fed.
Yeah, I think around half the audience understands very well what happened. Okay, still smiling, so that's very good.
And this is the camaraderie we have of our pros is terrific, and it's one of the things that's made pickleball be. Oh, and we're going to show this from NetCam. We apologize to you, Fed.
I'm sorry.
We had to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you literally have to do it.
So we got the wave going on, and pickleball's just exploded here in the country. It's that camaraderie, it's that joy, isn't it, Adam?
It's the social aspect of the sport, and to even see it at the highest level. I mean, we're talking big dollars, big eyeballs on these players, and they have balanced out that competitive nature with the camaraderie you talked about. So I think it's a very unique situation in pro sports.
Yeah, the other thing we have going on right now is in 2024, we have a new official ball, the Carvana PPA Tour. That's the Vulcan V Pro Flight, and you want to get people playing with it, come on out and see us play, and they're going to chuck some freebies into the crowd so everybody can head home. All right.
Time in.
We hope Fed is doing okay there. We understand, and the lead is 2.
5-7-2.
Colin Johns on the left never happens. Here we are. What a dig. And they switch midpoint. Wow. Chaos, and the Johns take that rally.
Unreal. With the switch-a-roo.
6-7-2.
They've been waiting to do that. They are so happy right now. They don't show it, but they are.
Point.
And there goes the lead.
Yeah, and that is a big lefty forehand right at Ben Johns, and it was like it was a powder puff just laying there for him.
Beautiful Ernie from Pablo Tellez. The kitchen is flat. You cannot volley in there, but you can certainly jump over it, and Tellez did that beautifully.
I mean, the timing was impeccable there from Pablo Tellez.
7-7-1. Second serve.
Staxrud very frustrated with that miss.
Yeah, you don't see that backhand slice
7-7-2.
not going in over to the other side of the court too frequently from Federico.
Wow, and then a miss serve. So a team that played to the top of their abilities.
7-7-1.
Level has come down just a bit, and the score is tied. Well, Adam, you called for grindy. You finally got it. Longest point of the match by far goes to the Johns brothers.
And for you viewers out home or at home trying to improve your game, look at how efficient the footwork is of all 4 players when they're at the kitchen line. No wasted motion whatsoever.
Point.
Wow, and that just took off on
Timeout receiver,
Tejas.
9-7-1.
Yeah, so yeah, I was just going to say, they're just balancing out the short adjustment steps and the lunge steps as well. Really nice job from all 4 players with the double hit. A little awkward for Pablo Tejas.
Yes, so the Johns brothers have come roaring back. They've got a 2-point lead, and they're 2 points from taking game number 1. Ball dropped in Times Square to start 2024, and a new ball dropped onto the 2040 by 44 courts that we have. It's the Vulcan V Pro Flight, which we mentioned. Adam, what does that mean to the players?
For me, this ball, I'm loving the color and the visibility. I hate when I'm on the court and I'm having some trouble with my sight lines. Not an issue with this ball.
Love it. So here we go. Johns brothers, Ben Johns to serve, and they are on a 1. So you get 2 serves each time you have the ball.
Second serve.
Colin Johns, who has money on a shot like that, usually can't come up with it there. Second try. That's what the 2 dots next to their name are on the scoreboard.
Side out.
And after the timeout, just a mess in the midcourt from the Ben Johns and Colin Johns side.
Yeah, I saw that back in 2019. The miss 2 midcourt each, 1 each.
Oh no, Pablo. That's what you are begging to set up for yourself.
2 beautiful backhand punches, 1 great forehand, and then the sitter into the tape. Love what he did there, just got to find a way to execute.
Yep, kitchen cam wasn't friendly either, and there's another uncharacteristic error at crunch time. Lead is but 1.
8-9-2.
Wow. 4 errors here out of 5 points, and the other rally was a sitter for Tejas that he blasted into the net.
Point.
Make that 5 errors, and it is suddenly game point for Tejas and Staxrud. Can they finish? This has been their opportunity against this team.
Side out.
They can't come up with it here. So they do nose in front.
9-10-1.
And again, you must win by 2, so 11 is not going to be enough here in game number 1. For the Johns brothers, to be
Second
clear.
serve. 9-10-2. Watch it.
And the ball off the tape just gives you the gift of a beautiful ATP, and Ben took advantage of it.
Yeah, that's the layup. I talked about it a couple times. It's very easy for these players when it kisses off the tape because it gives them all the angle they need to work with.
We're going bonus pickleball here at 10 apiece. Oh, and a wild